easy to get that. So without further ado, welcome back, Katie and Susie. So, thanks. So I kind of feel old because I actually don't recognize most of your faces. I was president senior year, so we graduated in 2009, and Susie was really involved in senior year too. And so, I don't know, we are entrepreneurs, which kind of means we typically don't plan on anything. So we didn't really like have an agenda or anything like that. So I think the best way to do it is we'll kind of just give you a really brief overview of us in the past year and a half of our life. It's like 6. It's been that much time already. But and then we'll open up for questions. I think one of the cool things about Stern is that, you know, it really comes down to a lot of like practical stuff. And we've always liked stories. I think that's one of the best ways to learn. So we'll try to give you some of our stories, tell you all the things we, like, excuse my French, like effed up on in the past year and a half, and basically just tell you and try to save you the time and tears and energy that we dealt with in the past year and a half. Yeah, sleepless nights, lots of those. Real quick, how many freshmen? Hands, if you can. Freshmen, awesome. Sophomores? Juniors? Seniors? Alright, seniors, best year of my life. Enjoy that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just tell you how we got started.
So, I was in CES actually, economics, and going for a pre-minor and Stern, as a class short, and I decided, you know what, we can go with it. But Katie and I met through mutual friends here at Stern, and we both came from very entrepreneurial backgrounds, and we were looking for an idea to start a business. And we're both 5'2", as you can see, very short, and we're in high heels with classes, internships, just all over the city. We realized our feet hurt, so we decided to, you know, create a product that solved this problem, and that's where CitySlips was born.
We're like one of those odd people, I think, that knew they wanted the business before they knew what the business was. So we were both at internships on Wall Street. I was interning at Goldman Sachs, but he was interning at Citigroup, and we'd come home to U-Haul, like a bottle of wine, and talk about ideas that we wanted to do. And like every week, we'd like come like 5 or 6 new ideas, and we like, Susie thought of this one, and we're like, this is it. Like, this is the one. This is gonna work. We like Googled, we couldn't find anything, so like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's just launch it. I don't think we knew what it would turn into. When we started, it was just some like type of project. Katie and I were both looking for full-time jobs after our senior year, and this became it. Yeah. So, anyways, just to show you quickly, especially guys, because you might not know how this works. Inside of this little pouch is a pair of shoes. So you just have to fold it up, you unfold them, and the best part is that this pouch opens up to a tote bag for your high heel.
So you've all seen that girl, you know, like at the end of the night, she's barefoot or like dying from still being in 6 shoes, and that's kind of, I think, where we thought the idea, like, I'd say for us, that's kind of where the idea spawned from, and we had no idea what different markets it would turn into. Like, our biggest customer is like a mom and a commuter, you know, and we're thinking, okay, this is like a cool like college item,
nightlife, things like that.
I think that's like one, just like lesson number 1. Sometimes you have this business idea and you think you know who's going to be buying from you, and you're really surprised and you realize it can be something totally different. Who's like thinking about starting a business either now, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Awesome. Do it. Yeah.
Especially now, while you're in school. You have a lot of great friends and people that can help you. I know EEG helped us so much when we launched our business, and other different campus, groups like CSIE. I was in the majority, and they really helped in terms of market research. We worked with them on like charity events and things like that, which helped us spread the word. And we were talking on our way down here, and we realized that NYU is so concentrated with a lot of very like intelligent people. Someone might be interning at CNN and can help you get press there. That's what happened to us. And your teacher might help you get press in the New York Daily News. And I think that has been a huge asset for us in terms of launching the business.
I think a lot of people with like, I remember sitting in you guys' shoes and people were like, oh, and then we launched it. And you're like, wait a second, like back up. Like, how do you just like you're not like having a conversation over a glass of wine and then you start a business. But for us, we'll just straight up, we basically pooled, when we first started, we decided we're gonna order 1,000 shoes. And we had a lot of mentors and advisors who were like, girls, like, this is really stupid. You know, like,
Smart
don't,
people.
really smart people are like,
Summer after you guys like end classes and try to sell 1,000 of these and come back and talk to me. And
we did.
We did.
And it was, I think for both of us, especially like in a time like this, we were, in a business plan competition last November, hosted by Inc. Magazine and Newpreneur. There were about 1,000, applications, and we placed fifth in the competition. Like, South California was awesome.
It was really cool.
San Francisco was awesome. I'd never been to California before. But, like, we basically we pulled $5,000 savings each. That got us, our first 1,000 pairs of shoes, which we got through Alibaba. Are you guys familiar with that resource?
Yeah.
If you're not, and you think that you might want to launch a product-oriented company, check it out. It's basically an online portal that connects inventors or people like us
That want to just manufacture any type of product. And it's awesome. You can go on there and, see different things that have been, like, that people are producing, but also negotiate prices. It saves us a huge startup cost because we didn't have to go to China. So people are like, how did you do it? You haven't gone to China? We're like, no, we just stayed up really late talking to factories all night and sent over a wire transfer and had 1,000 shoes delivered to Katie's parents' house.
Yeah, my parents' garage, Long Island was our first distribution center. The 10,000 went towards the shoes, a website which we got super cheap from another college student, someone who helped us with like branding, graphics, and like a patent pending application, registering an LLC, and that was it. And so that was June 2009, and we, I think, as co-founders were kind of like, all right, we're going to give ourselves 3 months. Like, we just graduated college, opportunity costs were low, and we were like, as of September 1st, we'll see where this is going. If this is something that we think can sustain us on a full-time level, we're going to do it, and if not, we tried our best, we learned a crap load, and we'll move on to something else.
And we'll do it on the side,
right. So that was the startup story, and I think, a lot's changed since then. We wrote a business plan at a class at NYU. Sorry that we go on tangents, but use NYU as your biggest resource. Get to know Jeff Carr, get to know Cynthia, get to know all the people up in the Berkeley Center. They hooked us up with free lawyers, ridiculous press opportunities, and our shared theory, I think, on business plans, and Jeff Carr kind of shares this sentiment. He's the director of the Berkeley Center, if you guys know, is once you write them, they're totally worthless. Like, what we looked at it like a couple weeks ago, like, the plan is so irrelevant to what we do on a day-to-day basis now, but the process itself of writing it and having to figure out, like, your operations, your marketing, who your competition's going to be, who you think's going to buy your product, like, it's huge, just on an educational level. And then after you print it out, just, like, throw it away.
Also, too,
be ready for everything to change, but you have kind of a foundation that helps.
Also, too, Katie mentioned we were in the Inc. Alibaba business plan competition, and if you don't have time or, your course level is too heavy to take the business plan writing course, I recommend while you're in college, enter these business plan competitions.
Yeah.
It's great. It gives you deadlines. It helps you really, get what you need in order, and also you can meet some great advisors, and things like that along the way. And if you win money, even if you lose, you still, like, we entered, I think, 3 in total, the business plan and CERN and another one, and then Alibaba, and Alibaba was the only one where we were the final contestant.
Right, but it was, so since then, a lot has changed. As of, we'll just be totally honest with you, as of September 1st, we did find an investor. So he's been kind of funding the past year, and we are profitable now, which is awesome to be able to say after, like, not sleeping for 6-8 months straight up, basically. And it's really changed. We started, like, literally getting on the phone and cold calling boutiques. People like, how did you think to get on the phone? We were like, how else are you, like, I don't know. We literally Googled people other products that fell into the function fashion space, like girls understand, like pantyhose, bra straps. There's all these gizmos and gadgets now that, like, make fashion annoyances easier to deal with. And we went on their website, went through their retail list, and just called all of them and said, hey, we know you sell these fashion accessories. We have a new one. check it out.
Also, we contacted the founders of these companies that kind of fell in the fashion function space, and they've been great advisors for us. They've done there, done that. They have great connections. Through a connection, we're actually going to be featured in Shea magazine. And so, it's really great to just reach out to the people that have done it before.
You'd be surprised how much they like to help. I think one of our biggest things is a lot of entrepreneurs, I'm sure there's some in the room, you like have this idea, and you're like, I can't talk about it because someone's gonna steal it. Just get over that. Like, yes, there's very specific cases, I think, where that might be the situation, but at the end of the day, if you don't have something that's patentable or protectable in any way, just start talking about it. Like, we literally, the pouch part of our product was like, one of our guy friends, we're like, oh, we're gonna do these foldable shoes. And he's like, what are girls gonna do with the heels? And we're like, oh crap, like, we need that second part of the product. And I think that has like made the product. And if we were really secretive about it, like, we never would have gotten that feedback. And at the end of the day, nobody has the passion, time, energy, or money to do what you really want to do. And even if they do, you're gonna be more passionate about it, and you're gonna be able to execute it better. Our
I think we just started. We didn't really know what we were doing, and we've just been tweaking along the way. So as soon as you can start, the better. Get momentum building, get your classmates, your friends involved, and it will just build into something hopefully that I didn't realize it would be.
And I mean, it's totally like so there's a bunch of things like that. Definitely, we're not in the business plan competition. We've recently learned about licensing, and
Hello Kitty.
so there's a Hello Kitty that is be coming up, and that was definitely not something we were thinking about.
We don't wear Hello Kitty, but girls ages 12 to 17 love it, and one of our retailers is currently carrying our CitySlips product, and I think this would be a great opportunity for you guys. So that's one thing that I don't think we realized. Our product has so many different avenues that we can go down. We're doing something from $10 to $58 in Neiman Marcus.
So this one is going to be $10 at Bed Bath & Beyond. So, the point being, in terms of advice, is be flexible. Like, whatever idea you have, don't shut out other opportunities. Like, this is the one that we sell, and Bed Bath wanted different packaging, so we were like, all right, we're gonna figure it out. Like, we didn't go to China until this June. Yeah. It was awesome. There's videos on YouTube. We went to Shanghai, and there's a Barbie world there, and it's 6 stories. It's the most ridiculous experience ever, but we were able to get by the first day of our business at an expense, and then we have this one, which is leather, the black and white box,
and this is for Neiman Marcus.
Right.
So, I mean, Neiman Marcus might have, less stores than Bed Bath does, but the prices, your normal clients be in charge. But it's great because our product really can go in any market that we decide to. So I think
and that was our trip to China.
Yeah.
We hadn't been there. We had our factories, everything was running smoothly, but we'd never done leather before, and we just 1 week we were like, all right. She's like, we need perfect samples in 2 weeks, and we're like, that's definitely not going to happen. And that was Friday afternoon, and on Monday morning we were on a plane to Asia.
At the end of the day, it's hard. But if you can figure out a way to solve whatever problem you have, even if people think you're crazy, hopping out of a plane to China, I mean, it got us where we need to be. So sometimes, just if you can figure out what you have to get done and just go after it, it's really the best way. And that's something we have to do a lot of the time, especially when no one's done what you've done before. This is a new product, launching a new product. There's no set task in terms of what you should do. So a lot of it is, you throw your hands in the air, and it's like a roller coaster ride. You have the ups and the downs.
We have a DHL box that Susie's been carrying around all morning because something to be prepared for is you are actually going to do everything. We have some interns, but really Susie and I that's it every single day. Give you a snapshot of our day. We wake up around 7. China's still awake, so the entire morning, 7 p.m. their time, is dealing with China, getting all the manufacturing stuff out. By 10 a.m., we hope that we're done with China and delve into sales, operations. One thing they don't really teach you about. We didn't go to FIT, finance, economics,
merchandising. We had
UPC
no idea
codes,
how to merchandise.
warehousing, importing, duties. We just you just learn it. If you're an entrepreneur, I think one of your biggest assets is going to be just being resourceful and figuring it out. If that means Googling something, we Googled templates and put our logo on it, because we didn't know what a commercial invoice was supposed to look like, so we figured it out. And I mean, just if it means a phone call to someone that you think might know the answer, just being able to get the answers quickly, like addicted to our BlackBerries. I mean, it's kind of when you